Guys, we have some very exciting news. Hold on one second, let me start the music. There you go. Hello, welcome to Power Average Guy, me, tries to be in-game content. Today we have some very exciting news, and that news is that I should probably turn the light on this lower to, there we go, match the background better. But we have this super cool event coming at us. What day is this? 4:30 to 5:2. I believe that is Sunday, like midnight on Monday morning until Wednesday. Monday to Wednesday. Whenever that is for you. I actually don't know. But it is the Super Godfest Descent, and this is a true badatpad reacts to, because I haven't looked into that closely yet. I haven't fully analyzed, but I have given it a cursory look at work. I just got back and I really am excited about this. So we have not gotten anything like this before. Let's get into it a little bit. So, picture at the top, our name reads Sonia. And this is a special Godfest rare egg machine that will cost 6 magic stones a pull, but you are guaranteed a 6-star monster. So diamond eggs, guaranteed. Now, the main question you might be asking is whether or not... Well, let's get into it. So, the stuff in here, the highlights, apparently... which means they are boosted rates, are the Godfest exclusives, and it is the entire roster of them, except for maybe Cotton. We'll get into that in a little bit, but as you can see, here's the full list of Godfest exclusives. We have the Odins, Metatron, Sonia, the Kali, Skuld, God, I'm not going to say them all. I just thought I was like, I'm going to stop that. But the full list of Godfest exclusive is in here. Now, this post doesn't say what else might be in here, but it did list at the top No Hime and Sundidi Ra. So those are 2 hints that we will have 6-star Pantheons included, as well as evolved forms of 5-star Pantheons. This post itself does not have any information besides that on the actual rarities of each monster or on the lineup besides these ones, but what else is there? You said you can check the lineup later. Thankfully, we had this event in Japan, this event occurred in Japan. I did a little bit of Reddit digging, so let's go to that and see if we can glean any information from there. So here is a post I found on Reddit that says some rates, and it does say it's a 6-stone egg machine and it's 0.8% per GFE. So normally the Godfest exclusives, we get 20 of them per Godfest, and they are at a 0.6% rate. So this is a 33.3% increase in their rarity, or in their rates, which is cool. And further down this, I can show you, well, I have a link to it, but there's some rolls that some people did. I can show you as well. Imager. 3 people rolled a few times in this. You can ignore the Tamadras, but it looks like that the first guy rolled Simayi, he rolled, I can't remember the name of that that red triple machine killer, Oichi, Akali, Lug, got himself a Matcha, 2 Astrayas, it evolved Krishna. I actually don't know who the person next to Oda Nobunaga is, but this first guy got 2 GFEs, right? Is that 2? 2 GFEs, and he got a 2 GFEs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 6-star Pantheons and 2 evolved 5-star Pantheons. The second guy, the Tamadras don't count, got, what are his GFEs? He got a Ryune, Baldin, and Eshimali. So he got 3 Godfest exclusives. He got 1, 2, and Shiat, 4. Wait, Shiat, Ryune. He got 4 Godfest exclusives. He got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He got 6 6-star Pantheons, and he got the Hermes and the, I guess just the Hermes and Ganesha for his 2 5-stars. Just to give you an idea of what people rolled. And the last guy down here he got Fujin, lucky him. He got a Fujin, so he got how many GFEs? 1 GFE. Unfortunately, this guy just got 1 GFE. 6-star Pantheons, he got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 6-star Pantheons, and 5-star he got 1, 2, 3, 4. He got 4. So it seems for the most part we will be getting 6-star Pantheon stuff, but that is not really a bad thing. I did also find this other post that actually shows the rates. I put it on my email. Oops, I didn't mean to close that one. Okay. So this post here, and I will include all these links below, and by the way, I should have said this in the video. If I have any updates to this, what I say in this video, it'll be in the description box at the very top. So check there first before I say anything, if in case I said something weird that's not true, you should go look at it. And again, since it's such a new event, you should probably go find someone who is more qualified to talk about this than a noob like me. Maybe Mantastic will put out a video, or Yuki's or something. But these are just my opinions, you don't have to follow them. This is just my excited reactions. So here is the JP posting. This actually has the full lineup and all of their rates. So as we can see here, it corroborates with the corroborates. I don't know how to say that word. With the last post, which says the GFEs are 0.8%. Let's see. All the GFEs are 0.8%, and in this post, interestingly, they do show a cotton in there. I don't know if we will have cotton. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they took it out because we just got it in our voting. This event also did occur shortly for JP, shortly after their DBDC and heroines. So we're getting it kind of in the same timing. But we still do have a chance of getting cotton here if you missed her. Or if you this video is going up before Cotton has left the MP shop, but if you don't have enough MP to get her, maybe you still can here. We'll have to see in the lineup in the end, but at least it's in Chinese. No, it's not, it's in Japanese. Cotton, at least in JP, was in this machine. And by the way, that ends up being, if it is 31 GFEs at 0.8% each, it does end up being 24.8%, I believe. Actually, yeah, 24.8%. Let's do some math. 24.8. Wait. 0.8 times, here's my bad math again, 31. Yeah, 24.8% chance of a GFE. Compared to a normal Godfest, the rates with 20 Godfest at 0.6 end up being, I believe it is, I should be able to do this math in my head, but let's calculate it for 12%. So we're about a double % chance of getting a Godfest exclusive in here. Granted, there's more of them and more of the bad ones, but it does seem like Gung Ho is on a trend to make all 6-star GFEs good. Like they redeemed Blue Sonya Green Sonya completely. Kaide is getting redeemed. Hopefully a lot of the other ones are currently good, and hopefully that means the other ones will be redeemed as well. Let's take a look at what else is in this egg machine. So besides 6-star Godfest exclusives, we scroll a little bit farther down and we see that every other monster in here is at a 1.14% rate. So not quite double, probably more like 1.5 the rate of, I can't do the math. What's 8 divided by like 1.1? Gosh, I shouldn't, just a little bit higher rate are the rest of the things. Someone can do the math and put it in the comments if you want to. Let's actually, and we can actually see here, first of all, the amazing news is that there are no really troll golds, like non-Pantheon golds or silvers evolved. Like, there's no riders evolved, there's no, like, I don't know, like Hatsume and like, who else is the bad one? Like, the ninjas, the evolved ninjas, like, that's not in here. I know those are the normal realms sometimes. The Griffin riders and stuff are not in here. It's only Pantheon things. Unless, yes, it's only Pantheon things. And it's not all of the Pantheons, by the way. So let's start with the 6-star Pantheon to see if we can see what's in here. So we do have the Celtics, from, as we can see, from IF. We do have Greco-Roman 3 from the Hestia and Astrea. We have Samurai 2. We have the Brave 2 series. Thankfully, I don't see any Brave ones. And we do have the Wisdom Pings 2, and we have, I believe they're called the Heroic series with Napoleon and like Robin Hood in them. And then I think there's a couple of ones that don't fall into any category, which like Red Guan Yu there. I think like, and I know there is a light ZGL in here as well. I don't know what category they fall into. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like six-ish 6-star Pantheons, which is I think the number that we have like just in total, except the Mesopotamians who haven't gotten yet. 6-star Pantheons, and out of the 5-star Pantheons, we actually don't have all of them. I'm going to do my best to remember what's in the ones that aren't here and try to say what we have and don't have. But from this list, we have Mechanical Star 1, We have Indians 2 from Krishna there. Oh, I guess we have 7. 7 of the 6-star, because the Valkyries kind of count as a 6-star Pantheon. So all the Valkyries are in here too, but we have Mechanical Star Gods 1, we have Indians 2. It looks like we have Greco-Roman 3. No, not 3. Greco-Romans 1, because Ares is in here, as well as, who else is Greco-Romans 3? Or Greco-Romans 1. Parvati in them, and Sarasvati. Okay, I confuse them because they're really bad. Indians 1, Greco-Roman 1, Japanese 1, and Egyptians 1. I think that's it. So Indians 1, 2, Greco-Roman 1, Japanese 1, and Egyptian 1. And I think that's it. Those 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, those 5. So out of those, there's some good things that are in those Pantheons that you would be really excited to roll probably. Orochi is in there in Japanese 1. Indra is in there in Indians 1. We can also scroll through. There's a bunch of like A-level like subs in here, like not bad. Like they'd be good if you didn't have S-rank stuff. Like, for instance, Isis maybe. I think Hermes was good on mono water teams before. We have Bastet, he was a great starter in mid-game lead. Susano, if you don't have Indra, is in here. Let's see. Raw Dragon is the perfect laser. I have 4 Raw Dragons, which ends up being an Apollo. Oh yeah, it's a pretty good one. Greco-Roman 1 all got Void Damage Pierce Super Awakening, so if you're looking for a pixel, you can get it in here, especially because Apollo and Persephone are both pretty good ones. And Anubis is in here. That might be something a lot of people are interested in, as well as Yomi and Amaterasu, who used to be the best cleric in the game. No longer. She is no longer. Ganesh is in here, which is very exciting. Vishnu is in here. Vishnu, I think, is going to receive a little bit more love, because as I recall from reading on a post, 2 Vishnus is ideal for the new Kaede evolution that we have not gotten yet. Kaede, who by the way is also in here as a GFE. 2 Vishnus is ideal for a Kaede team because I'm recording, right? Yes. Because it guarantees constant permanent Skyfall. I believe he has a 6-turn cooldown for a 3-turn Skyfall of wood. So if you have 2 of them, you have permanent Skyfall. And that's good for Kaede because she requires 2 wood combos to proc, I believe. 6, I don't know if it's 2 wood combos or if it's a row of 6. I'm pretty sure it's 2 wood combos. So, what else are we going to say? Some other stuff that's very exciting. The 6-star Pantheons are actually all pretty good. At least 1/2 to 2/3 of the things in the 6-star Pantheons you would be excited to get. So, for instance, Ife from Greco-Roman 3 is amazing. All of the actually, Ife is not from Greco-Roman 3. Ife is from... Ooh, I should know this. I can't ignore it. The Celtic 3, sorry. Celtic 1. Celtic 1. Ife is from Celtic 1. Should be really good to get. Lube from Celtic 1 is a Fujin style. So we have 2 Fujin style actives in here. And as you kind of saw from that post I showed earlier, all 3 of the people in there, I believe, rolled Lubes or Fujins. There is at least 3 Fujin style actives within those boxes. What else? All of Greco-Roman 3 is exciting to roll because they are color absorb voids or attribute absorb voids. Those are pretty rare, as well as Cronus and Uranus being special in that they are 777 combos, as Ife is from Celtic 1. Celtic, don't know. Someone told me before, I forgot what it was on a comment below. Hestia is good for a follow-up attack as a healer. Then we have the Sengoku or the Sengoku 2 or the Samurai 2, who are all really good board changers, except for maybe Inihime doesn't have a great place right now, but Nani will be great on Yusuke. Oichi is good for a lot of pixels, including Valentine's Day and Sephiroth. Tachibana and Nohime are great double 7s. So overall, a lot. And we have the Brave 2 series who got their evolutions. Not Wisdom Kings. 3 Kingdoms 2, who has Diao-chan and Sima-Yi, except Sima-Yi is kind of not that good right now, but Diao-chan is a little dying since TARDIS, but still not bad. And the Valkyries, which are kind of nice to have for various uses. So overall, we have a 24% chance of rolling a Godfest exclusive, and I actually am not good enough to break down the rest of it. It seems like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a slightly higher chance, like if you split the difference with this remaining 75-ish percent, 76%, like slightly more than half of that will be 5-star Pantheons, and the other slightly less than half of that should be 6-star Pantheons, based on rarity, because they're all even rarity, which is cool. Give them a fighting chance. Let's see. So I think the main question you're probably wondering is, should I roll? Oh, actually, Con is in this post actually, so Con might not end up in our egg machine because our post does not contain Con here. Sorry, people want Con. Oh gosh. So exactly 24% chance of Godfest exclusive for us. So the main question is, who should roll? Should you roll at all? I want to say this is actually an extremely exciting event for new players to roll. On Reddit lately, I have been making a lot of comments on people who post their boxes, and a number of them are beginners asking about, should I keep this lead? What team should I run? This would actually be a great Godfest pull in for those because you have a double chance of rolling a GFE, and generally right now the GFEs, as I mentioned before, are the best cards in the game. Monsters in the game, cards, monsters, whatever. Most of the best leaders are actually found within the GFE slots, with the exception of Anubis and maybe Kushinada. But, oh, that's one thing you're missing, by the way. Kushinada is not in here, which is sad for me. Oh, other things we're missing. Other 5-star Pantheons we are missing. Greco-Roman 2. Egyptians 2 is missing, because I didn't see a Hathor. Greco-Roman 2, what is in Greco-Roman 2? I know there's a 2 because there's a 3, but I can't remember what's in 2 right now. Who on earth is in Greco-Roman 2? I really should know this. I can't think of it. It might come to me later. Egyptians 2 is missing. Yeah, I said that already. Who else is... What other ones and 2s do we have? That'll help me narrow down. Mechanical Star 2 is missing, which is good, because I didn't really like any of them. Egyptian 2 is missing, which is also good. I didn't like any of them. Japanese 2 is missing, which is, for the most part, good. None of them are really good except for Kushinada, that I can remember right now. Indians 1 and 2 are both here. I can't think of anyone else who's missing, so it might just be those 3 from the 5-star Pantheons. Oh, a bunch of the trollish Pantheons are gone, so most of ZGL's, like, I don't see green ZGL's not in here, which is nice. Green Guan Yu is also not in here, which is nice. Red Guan Yu made it in somehow. he made it to the party. Anyways, as I was saying, if you're new, this would be a great place to roll. I know a lot of people are having trouble rolling Anubis at this point in time, so he is in here, represented. I want to say the least exciting thing you could probably roll in here is probably the Mechanical 1 series. They're not very good. And I think most of the Indians 1 is not good either. The one with Sarasvati and them. There are a few really good ones from the Indians though, so Indra and Ganesh are both amazing. Again, as a beginner, you could roll Akami, Masubi, you could roll Amino, you could roll Yog, you could roll the Sonyas, you could roll like Ilm, you could roll like Skull. Like a lot of these things would be really good for a beginner to have. You could roll Nei, you could roll Typhon, you could roll, I don't know. Oh, one really, really amazing thing. The 5-star XGFs are not in here, so we're not going to get Alkalis, we're not going to get Shariuses, we're not going to get Gadius. They can all leave. We're not going to get Light Metatrons. All those guys are not in the picture, which is amazing. So if you're new, I think this is a great time to re-roll. I don't know if the tutorial re-roll will be like this, like from this machine, but it should be pretty easy for you to get 6 and then re-roll. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure how that part works, so we'll see. I don't know if this replaces the rare egg machine. It might be a special 6-star one that's like in a separate category. So besides that, if you are mid player, I'm actually not sure. It depends on your box if you're a mid player, but I want to say it would be pretty good for you because like my friend Anubis, for example, who may or may not be watching this video, I was trying to convince him to roll because he he likes to hoard his stones for like good events, but he doesn't consider like any event good enough to roll, so he never rolls in any Godfest except for Player's Choice Godfest, which is gone. But this thing is a pretty good one to roll in. Like, it's almost like PCGF. I feel like if we had a PCGF at this time, it would primarily consist of 6-star GFEs, because that's just what's in meta right now. And you have about a double chance of rolling one overall, compared to a normal Godfest where it's a 12% chance. Here we have 24% chance. You probably should try. Most of the things in the Godfest exclusives are good, by the way. But we'll get to that in a little bit, are good to roll. But I feel like if you're mid-game, you probably should roll. If you're end-game, you have most of these, like maybe not. I happen to have, like, be edging on, like, the end-game, like, in terms of having, like, these things. I believe I have more than half of the things in the GFE roster. But there are a number of 5-star Pantheon things that I don't have. Not that I really want any of them personally, but there are some 6-star ones I want. Like, I would like an IF. More Tachibana's is always good. especially for Yusuke coming up. We'll get to that in a little bit. Yeah, but out of these GFEs, I personally do not have the Odins, that's 2. I don't have a Decali. Decali is one of my white whales. I don't have a Kaide. I don't have Ryune or Sylvie, so that's 6. I don't have a Balboa. I don't have Kami Musubi or Yog, and I don't have Masha or Morigu. So I actually have I have 20 of the GFEs currently. Either in my box or I've sold it somewhere. I'm pretty sure they're on my box. But the ones that I am missing I do kind of want. And we're gonna get to for endgame players, should you roll. Actually, assuming that we do get Yu Yu Hakusho, which from what I've been gleaning from Reddit, there is a relatively large chance for getting it. Well, there's a good chance for getting it. It's not like guaranteed. But it's like, I'm pretty, like, some people were saying, like, it's not like, I don't know, DBZ or other collabs where there's licensing issues. I don't know. You guys can look it up for yourself. I'm, like, pretty sure, like, I really do hope we get Yu Yu Hakusho. And the trading post thing is happening, so we will be able to trade 6-star GFEs for a number of the 6-star monsters in Yu Yu Hakusho, all this assuming we get it, which includes 2 really good leaders, Yusuke, who is on the same level as Ed in all the tier lists, and Ed, as we know, is one of the best leaders in the game. I believe it's Diablos above Ed, and then in terms of usage, Diablos is used more, maybe because all the Noobs and Kushinanas and Dark Ideals pair with Diablos. Even Ed's can pair with Diablos, but Diablos is the most used, and then below would be Yusuke and Ed in the Japanese tier list, where they've had Yusuke for a bit. So Yusuke is ranked like really one of the best leaders in the game, right next to Ed, and below him, probably at a Anubis' level, a little bit better than Kushinada, is a monster named Sensui, who is basically Kushinada for attackers, except he also gets a 1.5 x2 RCV. So Kushinada only gets boost in HP and attack for healers, but Sensui for attacker types gets boost for all parameters. So he's just immediately better. And subs like Scald, which is in here, work for him. So back to Yusuke. You can trade GFEs for both of these guys, including Yusuke. And some of them that are actually right now not that good. So I believe the list, actually, let me see if I can look up the list for you. I was looking up Erica's. I was trying to figure out, by the way, what Reb monster Erica from the heroines is like. So if you tell me in comments, I'd love to know, because I still haven't figured it out. But Yusuke Yu Yu Hakusho trading. I cannot spell Yu Yu Hakusho on a keyboard. There's this one post by this blogging mama, which is really good in terms of saying all the things you could trade for the various Yu Yu Hakusho characters, which we really only care about Yusuke. So there's that. The things you can trade for Yusuke are any 4 of the 6 stars, or any of the 5 6 stars from the actual collab, but Blue Odin, Red Odin, Dark Metatron, Dark Kali, Typhon, Ryune, Sylvie, Shion, Eshmali, Baldin, Sharius, Roots, Atan, Fujin, Raijin, Yag, Shohan, and Cotton. Out of those ones, the things that I would sell, or that I would trade, you trade 4 things, any combination. You could have like 2 Kuramas and a Blue Odin and like a Sylvie or something. The things that I would trade from the GFEs would be Blue Odin, Red Odin, Dark Metatron would be the easiest ones, just bam, get out of my face. Especially if you have dupes. But even if they didn't have dupes, I'd consider selling them. Even though I heard the Blue Odins, Red Odins are due for ult soon, but I haven't heard anything about that. But I would sell them at this point right now, because I want to use Yusuke. Some things that would hurt me to sell, but I would still do, are Shiat and Eshimali. And the other ones, especially if you do have a dupe. If I had a dupe, I would sell a 10. If I had a dupe, I would sell probably Shiat and Eshimali for sure, and Baldin. If I had a dupe, I might sell Raijin. I don't know about that one. And the ones I wouldn't sell are Decali, Fujin, Yog, and Cotton. And maybe Sherry's Roots. I would sell Typhon if I had a dupe, because I have a number of his board change type or ones that are kind of like that already. By the way, in terms of whether you should roll in this or save for the potential Yu Yu Hakusho collab, some interesting factoids is the rolling rate in Yu Yu Hakusho for a 6-star is 2.5 per. So it ends up being, is that what it is, or is 2% per? It's probably on this. Let's see. Rev lineup and rates. So 2.5% each for times 6 ends up being 15% chance. So it's a 15% chance to get a 6-star in Yu Yu Hakusho. And in here, I mean, it's technically 100%. It's a 100% chance to get a 6-star in this thing. But it is a 24% chance to get a GFE. If you had to choose between the two of them, I want to say it depends on your box. If you have like 99% of these in your box, maybe don't roll in this. If you have not many of them, I actually think, let me try to think of this in the least biased way possible. I think you should roll in this one if you don't have many of these, or if you only have like maybe half of these or so, anything in this post, because first of all, the chance to get a GFE is higher than the chance to get a 6-star in Yu Yu Hakusho, and all the GFEs can be used to trade for something. Sensui's, by the way, I don't know if I would trade for Sensui, but the things you could trade for Sensui include the Odins again, Skull Typhon Ryune, Fenrir Viz. I tried to do Fenrir Viz. I trade Gremory. Gremory is not that good right now, etc. So there's a few things in here you could trade for Sensui. Here you can look at it now, and I'm going to remove it now. But all the GFEs can be traded for something in Yu Yu Hakusho. And since the rate of getting them here is higher, I probably would roll in this. Also because there's a number of really good leads in here. Like, if you were to only roll Yu Yu Hakusho, you'd just basically be sniping for Yusuke. But in here, you could get a number of good leads from the GFEs alone, not even looking at the lower tier cards or their subs. By the way, in Yu Yu Hakusho, nothing in there really strikes me as an amazing sub except for Yusuke and Sensui as well. The rest of them are kind of like, Some of them are good assists, but there's a lot more value to be had across the board in here, I think. Especially because we're missing a lot of trash. Like, you could roll Green Sonya, Blue Sonya as amazing leaders right now. Kaido's going to get an evolution soon. Sherry's Roots is a strong leader. You could, of course, roll the beautiful Fujin. Amino, Kami, Masubi, Yag, Nei, Cotton. All amazing things to roll. Even among the subs in the GFEs alone, Ryune is really good right now for Blue Sonya. Scald is amazing for all combo teams. Decali is good in general just because of Rainbow board change. The Paimons are really good on all light teams. I say Paimons because there's more than one evolution. Like, etc. You get the point. Like, especially because, like, since this is like Puzzle Dragon's like main thing, like the collabs collabs are like side things, but like these are the ones that'll kind of like grow and grow and grow. Like, these main things, like over time we'll get more and more evolutions. Like, collabs like kind of end up a lot of times, sometimes can get left on the roadside. Like, where did Bleach go? Like, where did Bleach go? Like, I don't know. Especially if, I don't know, some licensing stuff happens, you're not allowed to keep doing it. Like, I don't know. But like, these guys are like gung-ho's guys, so they're gonna keep getting boosted. And that's not to mention all of like the value that's in here with like Matcha, with oh sorry, Matcha doesn't count. In here with like, oh, it's Brigid whose name, like Brigid, with Ife, with like all of the Greco-Roman 3, like the samurai stuff. Even among the 5 stars, the value of having multiple Indras, of having getting a Ganesha for your box, and Anubis is in here, or multiple Oroshi's are good for, like, these are like gung-ho's things, so I feel like they're gonna make them better. Like they're the ones that will have more staying power compared to collab stuff. Unless gung-ho, not that collabs will like leave at a certain point. Ideally they'll keep getting better as well, but like, I don't know. So like, if I had to pick something, I would maybe, like, you don't have to spend them all here or all in Yu Yu Hakusho. You could roll like some here until you feel like you're done, and roll the rest in Yu Yu Hakusho. But overall, the chance of getting good stuff in here is higher than in Yu Yu Hakusho, because the only thing you really want from Yu Yu Hakusho is Yusuke, and there's probably like more than one thing in here that you do want, and the things you get in here that you don't want, like Blue or Red Odin, you can just use for like stuff in there. And I probably was slightly biased because I'm just so excited about this event. I'm probably slightly biased in my opinion, but it's a very cool event, and I have been aware of Yu Yu Hakusho for a while, and I have been hyped for Yu Yu Hakusho for a while, but just for Yusuke specifically. But this one I think is really cool. So that is my reaction to this event. Please go educate yourself on maybe other people's opinions as well. Let me know if I've missaid something, or I don't know. Let me know if you're excited to roll in this, or if you're going to roll at all. I probably will. I know that I really do enjoy rolling in these things. I know you guys like watching roll videos as well. And it'll be so nice to hear so many diamond sounds coming out of that egg machine that I'm going to roll a bit. Yeah. Overall, pretty exciting event. We have never gotten anything like this before in NA. I don't think. Like, I just saw some old videos on Reddit showing, like, back in the old days, people would be happy to roll, like a green giant or something. Like, I don't know. Like, they were like, wow, like, you can roll, like, Dark Knights from the Rare Egg Machine. Like, the Dark Knight, the little purple guy who, like, it's, like, so silly. I'm like, anyways, as one last thing, I can't go to my Facebook now, so I'll show you my entire profile. I don't want to do that. It is, I can go to Reddit and show you though. It's, this is just a random aside. By the way, this is my Reddit, stuff here. Like, I comment on a number of posts, such as, what's one I've commented on? I commented on this guy who wants to make a facet team. I told him with his box here, he should make, he was like, Facet's the best thing in my box, and I was like, I'm pretty sure this TARDIS here is your best thing, especially because he has a Dagda, and he also has Rudelsis. He also has Julie, which he can use as the leader, but where is it? There is a Ragnarok Dragon confirmed for free, here we go. May quest dungeons. As a last little aside just to stick in this video, we are getting Ragnarok Dragon free confirmed if you beat all of the monthly quests. I will be doing them all, of course, because I am working on a Green Sony team, which I will unveil at some point in time. Don't know if I've shown it accidentally in the video so far while swiping through my leader stuff, but Ragnarok Dragon is an integral part of a Alt-Arena team. Maybe not Arena 3, because I think you'll have issues with damage control and get Sopdet, and then with the God Killer, but I'm going to have to get evolving this guy, but I do want him still. I do have a green Sonya, by the way. I rolled it the exact same day. I rolled the blue Sonya, one after another, and they were trash at the time, which was last summer. This was when Samurai 2 had just come out, and there was a crazy Godfest when Silver still existed in the machine, but there was a Godfest. This is like one of the best. I'm just rambling now, but there was a Godfest that had, I don't know if you guys remember or were around at the time, that had Haku's Pantheon and also the Samurai like highlighted, Samurai 2, so like Tachibana and them highlighted, and the music just ended, so that's my cue to stop. But that was like machine people were like, oh my god, there's no silvers, you should roll, and I rolled like a lot, and I did get I was playing a neon dungeon theme now, like in a very intense way. I guess I'll leave it on like, ooh, there's a Godfest, wow, how intense, as the background music. But I rolled my blue and red Sonya at the time, and in my A10 who I don't use that much right now, but blue green Sonya who came around and made it are now pretty amazing. So anyways, try to clear all the quests for this guy. I did see an Awoken Skills Invalid one, which will be a pain. Maybe I'll play with you guys. I'm at about 480 subscribers, so we're close to 500, so maybe for the 500 stream, if you guys need help with any of these quests, I can do my best to help you, assuming I can clear them, which pretty sure I can. No proof yet, but anyways, let me know if you're excited for this event, if you're going to roll, what you're hoping to get still. I'm going to roll, so hopefully on Monday, I believe 4:30, which is the date of the event, not this event, the Super Godfest. Where is it? I don't know if there's a Super Godfest post in here, so I go back to this one. It's the Japanese Super Godfest post, which 4:30, April 30th. I believe it starts at the 12 a.m. on that mark, which I believe is Monday. So hopefully on Monday evening I can do some rolling, and you guys can catch that cool video. So I hope to get a lot of things in here. Again, I think I said them all already. Gronya, Decali, a Dupe Blonya would be good too. Dupe and Kaide would be nice. Yagi, a bunch of blah 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 blah. So very fun times, and I will see you in the next video. Wait, I didn't have the button, so this one again.